It looks like it's short, I think, with the way you got it tucked in or something. I mean, yeah, it looks like you got all your hair now. Looked like you had a short haircut. Not as short as mine, but
a bob.
Yeah.
Oh, Alexa,
cookie timer
off. Why
we already got it. You already got them out, didn't you?
Yeah. Like, why are you getting up? Just tell her to turn off.
If we knew the timer was coming.
And I even asked how long it was so I would shut it off before we started. It's all right.
Yep, that you did. You thought that part.
Yep.
But then you didn't get the turned off part. Wonder how are y'all doing on this Sunday evening? We're just letting a few more folks join on. Hope y'all having a good Sunday evening. Well, yesterday fishing, I guess I didn't wear a buff or put any sunscreen on at all.
You didn't fish yesterday.
I didn't fish yesterday, but I was on a boat and it shows. I mean,
You should have left your hat off and your sunglasses to even that out.
I didn't.
You look like singing it with your little rosy red cheeks.
There up, it is very light in it. Two-tone. A lot of people say it's like raccoon eyes. It ain't even raccoon eyes. It just changes.
You can use some of Abby's fake tanner.
Yeah, blended in that way.
Yeah.
She's very orange today, wasn't she? What?
You
Ain't
just
nobody
got
on
here
Facebook going
and said that
you
your
gonna talk to
daughter
Abby?
was orange.
It's a different generation. Not every. She's not orange all over. Just
Don't try to backtrack now.
not fully Oompa
She's gonna come home and be like, ask me
She'll
10
never
times
know.
tonight if she's orange, if this gets back to her.
Yeah, she's only a little bit. Not too bad. Okay.
Anywho.
That's the start to JOJ for today on this episode of Live, November 3rd.
All right, so title, I said I was reading, right?
You did?
Yep. Title is Forgive. Yeah, okay.
Is there enough light for you to read it? Jenny didn't want me to turn on with a lot of lights in here because she wanted you all to see those ones that are right there. She's already
Do the
started.
flip the camera, see if you can, before I get started.
Y'all about to go on a ride.
No, oh no. I mean, you can just show them.
She's got over there.
Okay, you don't have to show everything. Oh, you can show that one. That's pretty over there.
Okay. Yeah. Got that
Versus
over
that.
there.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
She's already getting started.
You flip us back, yeah. But no fear, we have a turkey for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So
She is decorated that's her Thanksgiving decoration right there.
right there.
Yeah. And there's a little pumpkin candle thing.
Yeah,
That's
and I
about
have a lighted pumpkin, but
Yeah.
everything else is.
already.
I like to have a full 2 months of Christmas. It's just the lights just make everything nicer.
Yeah.
Just do. Okay. Anywho, forgive is the title.
Mm-hmm.
Forgive me if you are adamant about decorating after Thanksgiving. Okay. The Bible verse is Mark 11:25. Whenever you stand praying, forgive if you have anything against anyone. Sometimes the insensitivity and selfishness of others will astound you, especially if you've tried to be kind and they've hurt you in return. Even after the initial shock wears off, you may find it difficult to erase the incident from your mind. How can you overcome the disappointment and discouragement? First, refuse to allow the actions of others to hinder your relationship with God. You may wonder why the Father allowed it to happen. However, He never fails you, even when others do. God continues to provide you with perfect love, wisdom, strength, and support. Second, forgive the person who wounded you. Harboring bitterness only hurts you and is never the Christ-like thing to do. Third, draw consolation from the great Comforter, the Holy Spirit. You know that the Lord works all things together for your good, so allow Him to turn your pain into something beneficial. The next time you're failed by others, release it to God and pray for the people who disappointed you. Don't let their actions destroy you. Rather, let the Father turn it into an opportunity for your blessing. And then the little prayer is, Jesus, help me to turn to you so I can forgive, heal, and be blessed. Amen.
Okay, so forgive. So what? Yeah. When we're hurt by others, forgiveness, being able to forgive, is it says after the initial shock wears off. It depends on what it is. Some of that stuff could certainly be shocking and be a major blow to your relationship with that person. And that like it says, the first thing is that don't let, refuse to let the actions of others come between you and God. That's something that I think so often, people who are believers or maybe young in their faith or, or trying to figure out that aren't Christians yet, that are like, why would God allow somebody who says they're a Christian or maybe lives this way, that why would a person like that hurt somebody else? And then, the term of being like church hurt and, people who are in church or something like that. That's kind of what it made me think of first, as people who are like, well, I'm not going back to any church because I've been to a couple churches and those people didn't treat me good or whatever. And it ends up turning them away from God altogether because of what somebody in the church at some point in time, said or did towards that person. That's kind of what it made me think of to start with.
And it makes me think of like in Sunday school, Tracy always says, don't put your faith in a human. It doesn't matter what human, because they're going to hurt you. They're going to disappoint you. Like, everybody may look fine on the cover, but, really go spend a day or a week with somebody and there's going to be something about them that you're like, oh, well.
Yeah, I never would have thought that.
Yeah.
No, that's absolutely. And that's, when you start.
I should get a check. It means I'm listening, Tracy.
When you start putting too much faith in other people, you're certainly gonna end up disappointed. But it's so not allowing that to affect our relationship with God, but then going to that person and it's. I think there's a couple stages to that. I think personally you have to kind of reason with that and be like, okay, I'm going to let this go. I'm not going to hold on to this anymore. And then oftentimes it's actually going back to that person, as difficult as that can be, and saying, hey, they may not even be aware of it. They may not even be aware of that situation. I've heard Chris Wells talk about a story that, that was a really tough deal, and he held on to that. He had forgiven that person, but he really didn't fully let go of it until he went to that person and was like, hey, this was a situation that came up, and that person had no idea about it.
No idea, yeah.
But it was eating him alive because of what was going on. So definitely go working through those stages of accepting the fact that you're forgiving that person. That's what you need to do. And then also just making that known to that person, because again, they may have known what they did, but they also may not have known what they did.
For sure. And I think too, and I think, I know we've talked about forgiveness and forgiving a lot on here, but even in the small little things, especially raising kids, because if they don't see you or have you asking for forgiveness, because as parents, we aren't perfect by any means.
I've made a mistake with the kids.
So many. And it's not even like mean stuff. It's usually just really dumb stuff. And,
usually really dumb.
And I just kind of look at them like, you really thought that was a good idea right now? Yeah.
Probably not.
Probably not. No, knowing the timing is, I would say your timing is usually what's off.
Timing's always really bad.
Yeah.
Because if I don't do it when I think of it, I won't remember when the timing is good. Yeah. So I just have to do it, whatever it is. Usually, and if I know one of them is off, I'll be like, listen, do not say anything. Do not joke. Yeah. Just let it go.
This is no go tonight.
Yeah.
But, is going back and asking for forgiveness because, again, we're all human. So to help them to, and with kids it's hard because they've got their friends and sometimes they need to be the, one apologizing and sometimes they need to be the one to let it go. And, one of them definitely has my personality and it's a little harder to do.
Yeah.
And the other one's more like God and forgives everything and everyone. But yeah, just to, to encourage that for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and that's and I think that's if Andy said that a quality that I have in fishing or just in that aspect of things, like stuff that happens along the way. People make mistakes. They let you down. That can have a negative impact. But I look at it in a lot of ways. Like that person has to live with it, and two, my fishing is my business. It's our business. It's how I provide a living for our family. But God knows what we need. So if I get really upset and lose my cool, whatever, over something that I have given God control of, then it doesn't really look like I give God control of it, because I'm not trusting that the outcome's going to be what He knows, whatever He wants it to be. He's fully in control of that. So that has always been a place for me where I'm like, man, there's a lot of, I could call out, wrongs. I could do this, I could do that, and but that's a place where I stay out of it. Hey, it's gonna, I do my best to try to not get overly involved in it and let things do what they do.
Exactly. And bigger picture, if people are acting that way, there's typically a lot more going on. Yeah. Under, not on the surface. Yeah. It's kind of my thought. We all have different things that set us off and
affect us in different ways, and it shows up in different ways. And absolutely. So if you live very long, you're going to be failed by others. But like,
and you're going to have to ask for forgiveness.
And you'll fail people. Yeah. Don't forget that part. Yeah. You're human too. You're going to fail people. Yeah. Release it to God and pray for the people that have disappointed you. That's kind of sums it up in a nutshell. Release it to God, pray for them. God knows what you need. He knows what, He knows the desires of your heart. He tells us to make that known to Him. He already knows it, but make that known to Him, and but then trust Him in the process. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good word for today.
I think so.
All right.
I think that was pretty good.
Yeah. Any update? You want to give any update on Christmas giveaway stuff before we sign off?
Well, we're going to do some...
Kind of put you on the spot, so you have to now.
Yeah. Do some filming for that. We've got a lot of the stuff here, majority of it. So Jake's going to come, and we're going to do some filming, and I think we're actually home quite a bit, so I think we're going to have several JOJ lives this month, if not all of them, just because Ott's here. So we might wrangle the kids into some of them for entertainment, but other than that, I mean, we've got I can't say what the Christmas giveaway stuff is.
No, absolutely, but just
and we do get to go to Bass Pro this week and get the stuff that we put in there. So I'm always excited for that.
Yeah,
get to go shopping. And Santa's there. Yeah. So.
Yeah. All right. Thank y'all for watching. Have a great rest of your Sunday evening. The time change. It wasn't dark this time last night. It was not dark this time last night.
It was not.
It's pretty sad. But very much dark now. So y'all have a great rest of your Sunday.
And we will see you next week.
Yeah. See you next week.